What's going on, citizens of the Reject Nation? We are about to do a first-time watch of Batman Under the Red Hood. Now, even though I'm very familiar with Under the Red Hood, I read those comics well over a decade ago, and I have somehow never seen this incredibly rated movie. Greg thought it'd be fun to pair me up with John today, because as far as I know, you know the character, but not like his machinations. You haven't read the comics, you haven't seen the movie.
And I have a red hood, yes.
This is your marketing. Yeah. This is a branding situation.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know the basics of the character, pop culture osmosis.
So we're both about to watch it for the first time, so please do leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you thought of this video. And as always, if you want to do a full-length sync up with your own copy watch along, head over to the Real Rejects Patreon page where we've got a one-to-one setup. Join us for the whole adventure, the whole journey. Now, before going into this, I did want to mention the channel Geek. That is Gique. I've got an exclusive video over there, actually two, and so does Greg. Now, what Geek does is these incredible one-minute character videos. Everything from the pop culture impact to their origin stories. You can really get a lot of data from this site all at once. And it's got content from a wide variety of creators, and that's why we really wanted to shine a spotlight on them today. So not only is it a great place to get extra geeky content, but if you're a content creator yourself and you're trying to get some more exposure, you can also potentially get paid to produce these one-minute shorts. I've got a couple of videos over there. I dive into the Red Hood himself because I love this character, but also wanted to give some love to one of my favorite characters of all time, Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and Greg's got some mysterious video over there that he won't tell me what it is, but I'm gonna look at Geeked and I'm gonna find out. So it'd be great if you guys could check out Geek. We really want to shine a spotlight on them. I love what they're doing, not only for the geek community, but also for creators. It is a great communal experience over there, sharing knowledge and exposure for creators and geekdom alike. So we are thrilled to be partnering with them as we dive into Batman Under the Red Hood. I like these vibes. Starting well.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, this I've heard is one of the best DC animated films, and DC is usually that's their jam.
I should never have allied myself with a madman.
He has the boy.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Robin?
That looked like it really hurt.
The Riddler!
Oh, I mean,
Riddler.
obviously the Riddler. You can start this thing with a crowbar.
It's Clayface. All right.
What hurts more? A or B? Forehand.
Oof.
This is pretty intense.
A little louder, lamb chop. I think you may have a collapsed lung. That always impedes the oratory.
Oh, man.
He won't make it there in time.
Nah, Batman's always on time.
Like a wizard.
Please tell the big man I said hello.
Whose voice is
Yeah, it's
that?
a different Joker in the dark.
Use those acrobatic skills.
Yep.
Use those contortions. Whoa. Dude, the bike looks rad.
Oh.
No, you knew it. You knew this was coming, Pete.
And in the comics, this was all by a fan vote. Jim Starlin gave fans the option to call a number to vote whether Robin lived or died, and fans voted to kill Robin. And it was a tight vote. It was like down to 56 or something insane, but they killed Robin via 1-900 number.
You are monsters.
You.
Jason.
R.I.P. Jason Todd.
That's how you open the Red Hood movie.
Yeah, that was pretty chilling. That was very cool.
I'm guessing Bruce Greenwood's our Bruce.
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, I imagine he's
so
our Red Hood.
excited. So excited. John DiMaggio.
Is he our Joker?
I could hear that. I can
Possibly,
hear his
right?
voice timbre in there. NPH.
Who's he gonna be?
Oh, look at that too.
That's
great.
gorgeous.
Gotham City. The city is a sewer that needs its cover replaced.
It's very shiny, but, you know, off-kilter, like Gotham. It's what underneath that defines you.
God, I love this. You should make a list video of the best Batman stories that don't start with the words Gotham City. And it's a top 1.
I like the blend of CGI and hand-drawn animation so far.
Yeah, it's well chosen.
Gorgeous. A nice blend of the classic animated series, some comic input. This is a beautiful Gotham.
There's nothing like an animated movie, Gotham.
Yeah, truly.
Wasn't my meat.
How the hell with this? I'm gone. You brain donors want to hang around.
Sit down, Freddy.
Brain donors, movie reference.
Who the hell are you?
Smoke him!
Not Batman.
I'm offering you morons a deal. You go about your business as usual, but kick up 40% to me. In return, you will have total protection from both Black Mask and Batman. But you stay away from kids in schoolyards.
But why in the hell should we listen to you?
That's my workout bag.
Gains. Black Mask?
Those are the heads of all your lieutenants. That took me 2 hours. You want to see what I can get done in a whole evening? I'm not asking you to kick in with me. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's a triple tap. Sweet.
40% works for me.
Good intro for the Red Hood. That's great.
Jensen Ackles sounds younger, which would make sense, but still, it's taking me back.
Yeah, this was, what, 12, 13 years ago?
Yeah?
Just grab them up. Screw it. Just go. Get us out of here.
I think I lost him. You think I lost him?
I think you lost.
I think you lost him.
No. You're anything but good.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Mother Box. It was
The Mother
Easter
Box.
egg?
It's an apocalypse.
Who are you working for?
Nobody.
Lie to me again, and crashing into a wall head-on will be the least painful activity of your evening.
Oh. Oh.
What is that?
Your cargo.
Yeah. But you weren't doing nothing.
It's called Amazo, a highly advanced cybernetic android equipped with the ability to absorb the power of superhumans.
What kind of superhumans?
All for one.
Big ones.
Packs quite the punch for a toaster on steroids, huh?
Hey! Nightwing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool. Oh, so cool.
I think you'll have to do better than that, boss.
I did.
Yeah, buddy.
Get to higher ground.
Did you know he could fly?
Oh.
I wouldn't be offended by a few suggestions.
He has the same weak points as a human being.
Got it.
Kick him in the nuts.
Eyes, nuts, ears.
Yeah.
Man, we need Nightwing in a movie so bad. Nightwing's awesome.
Oh, it's one of the few like remaining characters
We
who
really
needs
haven't
a
seen.
debut.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I don't think putty in his eyes is gonna hurt him.
Oh, that's C4. Come on, Nightwing.
Oh.
It was smart to use Amazo. Like, I like the blend of different villains because, like, I don't think of Amazo as a Red Hood story, but now we have them together.
Oh, cool.
Let it go.
Right.
Wowie.
We're working for the Red Hood. We don't have any choice. He's got
Oh, wow.
The shots came from the rooftop. A sniper. A good one.
Yeah. Excellent deduction, Robin.
See him?
Nightwing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this one building and find him.
Hey, wait!
Batman, sort of a dick.
Oh, that like heat ripple.
Yeah, the really, really smart use of foreground background with the animation.
Oh.
See, he doesn't use guns. He uses things.
And I was about to say, if he
just
shoots
blows
the
that
car,
up.
he's gonna like massacre this tunnel in the process. Yeah, the smart. Yeah.
It's all part of the Hood's plan, though. Now he's got you right where he wants you.
At a chili factory.
Delicious. It's going to be Ace Chemicals, because that's what I assume they'd tie in.
God, please, no! Stay away!
Yep.
It's a setup! Wait! I'm not a crook, I swear!
Oh no. The Riddler.
His origin story.
Edward Nygma, favorite character.
In a way, Batman, this was the site of your first great failure. Maybe your greatest, but certainly not your last, right? Ah, memories.
Oh.
Spicy boots.
Dang. Almost became the Batman who laughs just then.
How many times the Ace Chemical plant has been blown up?
The Ace Chemical plant must be impossible to ensure.
That's my next list. How many best Ace Chemical explosion?
And that's why there are no competitors in town.
It's not worth it.
It's the only chemical place.
Several criminals have utilized this persona.
One criminal of particular interest, though, huh? But he's locked up.
It's a fun way to tell a lot of story in a couple seconds.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Exposition.
Maybe we should go for a visit. Could you just once say, let's get in the car?
I feel like that was an MPH ad lib.
I wonder.
Like how much they let him just play.
Yeah. It's like, just stick it in a wide shot, you know?
What do you know about it?
That he has horrible taste. When I wore that number, it was classy. More flashy maitre d' than motorcycle fetish. Better off than his replacement, right? Even tougher making with the yucks when you worm food, huh?
Good clue.
You really think I would stir up so much trouble and not make sure you knew it was me?
That is a solid point.
I've always loved the Joker in so many ways is smarter than Batman.
You idiots know how many bidders I had on Amazo? A list of puppet dictators and psychos as long as my arm. Millions shot right to hell. And whose money is that?
Your money.
My money!
Oh, yeah.
Who blows the damn robot's head off? I could have at least sold it for scrap. Batman kept it.
Yes, Batman likes to keep things.
Batman collects.
Big penny, a dinosaur, his whole cave, really.
It's all bought and paid for, so this is strictly a delivery, not a buy. But in view of recent
events, I've taken the liberty of doubling the security detail and switching the drop spot.
That sounds like a plan.
I like how the audio engineer like mixed those like that one line in 3 different audio styles, so it gave it more like depth.
Hey! Protocol says I'm only supposed to be on the ground for 6 minutes!
It's okay, I won't be staying that long.
And I almost thought he wouldn't show. You know what I missed most about running with you? The toys.
We're not done.
You wanna dance? Let's dance.
Ha 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 ha.
Should I? Okay, I'll just take care of this.
I like the slight odd couple humor between Batman and Nightwing. Ooh, no. Oh. Haha, cool.
Awesome.
Oh. Red Hood plays video games.
Knows how to use props well.
Parkour!
Hardcore, parkour.
I love how many low-flying blimps Gotham has, too.
Way more than all of the United States.
Yep.
The blimp ratio, much higher.
Very good.
Nah, don't discount yourself.
Move!
I love how many explosions he is throwing at him.
Yes.
Like the ultimate clue hidden in plain sight.
He's been trained and trained well. Like right there. That. He sliced that cable off his ankle before it went taut. You don't just do that.
Oh.
Ow.
Alfred, take him home.
Bruce, I can still help.
You already have. Thank you.
This is like me and Greg in the office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Hobbles out. Makes thumbnail.
Oh, here we go.
You haven't lost your touch, Bruce!
It's funny. I probably maybe have questioned that before, but now I know that software exists.
Yeah, we live in a scary time.
Yeah, I've used that software. Oh, the memories.
They're mixing it up from the comic a bit, which is fun. Like the way the reveal and stuff. Hey, it's the Joker!
Hey, it's the Joker finally.
Knew he'd
Batman's
make it
arch
in.
nemesis.
It's over, Riddler.
Nice.
What's green and purple, but covered in red and yellow?
Ouch.
You! When I land on your sorry butt.
Don't move, or I'll... You'll what? Shoot me?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Robin! I didn't think I had to prop up some pillows before I took him out.
He would have talked, but you put him into shock.
That was dumb. But he deserved it.
I like how quickly they were able to summarize, like even just the shock, like the ability to get what they needed out of him, and like why aggressive vengeance doesn't work. Because that even like all the people that think Batman should use guns, like there's all this summarizes all the reasons you have to have a skill.
Oh.
We pay up to the Red Hood!
Is that right?
The rusty nail.
You're a club owner and some big damn drug dealer in the East Quarter, right?
You stupid bags of...
Manners, fatty. I don't care who takes care of you. You watch your mouth.
You don't gotta body shame the guy. It's the real villainy.
I mean, on top of all the things you're doing to him.
We're sending your boss a message.
Oh, snap.
What's the message?
A simple one, actually. Want to guess what it might be?
They looked bulletproof.
Yeah.
Any of you hired guns even know who I am? You are on target.
Oof.
Oh no.
You four have all this power, and all you do with it is kill for money.
From what I hear, we've got that in common.
You heard wrong.
Oh.
Oh, the fight hasn't started yet. I'm just stalling.
Oh.
What the hell took you so long?
Shut up and fight.
Shut up and be my sidekick, because I know who you are now. Nice. So he got Boba Fetted.
Right into the Sarlacc pit. Oof.
Yeesh.
I think Jensen Ackles is one of the only voice actors that can also play the character in real life. Like, of cast, like, I could see him.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
I would be so psyched. I mean, we got Soldier Boy, but
We
at
did,
the same
we did.
time, to see him in a
Right?
in a non-satirical universe.
Let him go. And step away.
A taser? Nail me and you'll electrocute both of us. Maybe that's what he has in mind.
Oh, nice.
Ouch. Whoa!
That was a supernatural blood splatter.
Tell me what happened to you. Let me help.
You had your chance.
It's not too late. It's never too late. People got to know by now he's got that mask.
But he used his own ninja smoke bomb against him.
That's
He
true.
usually uses that defensively. He was like offensive. The red blade. It's going to test that blood, make sure it's who he thinks it is. Now, it's a very convoluted way in the comic books, so I'm very curious what the movie does to make this linear. Aww.
Alfred.
You wanna tell me why this guy ain't dead?
We're trying. We sent the fearsome Hand of Four.
That rolls off the tongue.
Guess they're gonna need a new name. Why hasn't Batman wiped this little smear off the face of the planet?
Perhaps he's letting you and the Red Hood war it out. He could be waiting
to take on the winner?
These guys just waiting around.
Just lining them up.
Can't you feel it? We're stuck in the damn crossfire.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow. He sure can move when he really wants to.
Blow it up anyway.
what's going on?
Knows he's leaving.
It's gonna be a sleepover, right? I packed my toothbrush.
And my yellow toothpaste.
Got a brand to uphold.
Do you need more light, sir?
Don't open it with a crowbar, Bruce. Have some tact.
Let's open it with my bare hands.
I mean, don't use the weapon that killed him. I'm just saying.
Bruce loves a little irony.
He's just sobbing. Come on.
It's going to bring you right back out of the ground.
Oof.
He's still at rest.
No, he isn't. That's not flesh.
Oh my. It's a real doll.
Where are you going?
To talk to the man who did this.
I get the bodies are preserved, but it would not look like just a kid. I'm just saying Batman would know.
You look better than the day you died.
A lot of money. A lot of dead meat.
Funyuns.
I need you to murder the Red Hood.
May I have some water?
Oh, yeah. Wowie.
I'll need some guys. Not these guys, because, well, they're kind of dead.
Black Mass just having the worst day.
Just having a tough go of being a crime lord. It's not easy.
I almost feel bad for him. Raish finds.
I am curious what they meant when they spelled it R'-AS.
Oh, yeah.
What did you do to Jason?
You remember when we last became embattled?
You were planning to blow up banks.
Accurate, if in. But you were on to me. I sought a distraction, so I hired the Joker. It was to appear that you had stumbled upon him.
Oh, yeah.
He was paid extremely well for what was intended to be a wild goose chase. He murdered the boy. I had hoped to return to you what you had lost.
Whoa.
I achieved this by bathing in the rejuvenating waters of the Lazarus Pit. It has long been rumored that it is capable of an even greater feat. To raise the dead.
It makes sense with the way it is named.
All it took was a few payoffs to replace his body. It had unfortunate results.
Oh, cool.
Just dropping a dead kid in the Lazarus Pit.
He returned.
Oof.
But returned damaged.
Oof. Wow.
Not great.
Not great, Bob.
Shall I alert the guards to pursue him?
Don't be foolish. They will never catch him. Besides, I have done enough.
Yeah. You keep messing up there, Rush.
I do love that aspect. He's like, I've made enough trouble here.
I might be over here.
Sorry, man.
How we lost him, and this dark miracle or curse that has brought about his return. It is not your fault.
What's a bad miracle?
Nope.
He's taken everything I've ever taught him and turned it on me. It's a hell of my own making, Alfred.
So this is not your doing. You loved him. He knows that. It should be enough.
It's not.
Gotta make room for love in that utility belt.
No pouch for it.
Here is my handle. Here is my spout.
This wasn't part of the damn deal, you freak!
I thought you'd enjoy.
You think I care if that scum dies?
Don't know. I just wanted your attention.
You've always had my attention. But what I really wanted was an audience with you.
Now you have my curiosity.
Sure, I had lots of plans, but the end game was getting Black Mask so desperate that he'd cut a deal.
Endgame. Marvel.
I wouldn't undersell it. It took a lot of work to bring about our reunion.
Reunion? Have we met before?
Yes, we have.
That's what I was hinting at.
Reunion.
Whoa.
He really was cool with it.
Savage. Oh, sweet shot.
I've got him. You want him? Meet me at Crime Alley.
Ooh. His origin versus your origin. We're going all the big spots.
What's the plan? Slumber party? Charades? A little truth or dare? Yes, I'll start with dare. Well, maybe I'll just go with truth.
Oh boy.
Oh. I gotta know. Who are you? You said we knew one another, and you do seem really familiar. We double at the prom?
No, I'm just something you helped make.
That's pretty cryptic.
Ghost of Batman past.
Unreal.
Joker got away.
This ends tonight. All of it.
Nobody knows that better than me.
Cool.
Weaponized dumpster.
That's my favorite bat gadget.
Oh, that's smart.
Crap.
Whoa. Damn. Using the cape against
You
him.
just never have a cape.
Ow. Oh, that's a cool detail. Like
Yeah, the Kevlar underneath?
Yeah, underneath. Oh. Yes.
Look at you.
Jason.
Oh.
I know what happened.
Oh, you got to talking with Raish, huh? Or is this just the real me?
Ha. Damn. Oh.
Tell me, what bothers you more? That your greatest failure has returned from the grave? Or that I've become a better Batman than you?
Whoa.
Enough! It's over!
Oof.
Oh.
I know I failed you, but I tried to save you, Jason.
Bruce, I forgive you for not saving me. Why on God's earth is he still alive?
Gotta give the boy points. He came all the way back from the dead to make this shindig happen.
I thought I'd be the last person you'd ever let him hurt.
A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him.
Aw, so you do think about me.
And doing it because he took me away from you.
I can't.
Well, you won't have a choice. If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me.
You know I won't.
I'm gonna blow his deranged brains out. And if you want to stop it, you're gonna have to shoot me. Right in my face!
This is turning out even better than...
Decide now! Do it! Him or me! Decide!
Oh. Oh, damn.
I can't believe you got him! You expert rootin' tootin' eagle-eyed goth-loving... You managed to find a way to win. And everybody still loses!
That's the ultimate joke. Oh. Oh, goody.
No! Don't spoil it! This is... I'm the only one who's gonna get what he wants tonight! Yes! Bing, bang, boom! We all go out together! Don't you just love a happy ending?
Gotham's a rough place to live.
Yeah, people just used to explosions.
Constantly.
Did your home have decimation insurance?
Meanwhile, the Joker has been returned to Arkham Asylum. Officials there claim that extra measures have been taken to ensure that another escape would be impossible.
Oh, good.
Till next week.
About time.
Jason, get on out here or I'm going on patrol without you.
Come on, old man. We've got bad guys who need chasing. This is the best day of my life.
Huh. Oh, buddy. Damn. What a note to end on. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Bruce Greenwood.
Oh, Jason Isaacs was Ra's al Ghul. Got it.
And John DiMaggio was the Joker. Cool.
I don't remember Bobo, but Gary Cole was Bobo.
Hey.
Woo.
Bobo's my favorite character.
I mean, who doesn't love
so
Bobo?
Many
Fond
Bobo,
comic collecting memories of Bobo.
So many Bobo graphic novels,
Just really
trade paperbacks.
That's my next list. Best Bobo
I have
appearances.
the compendium of all the Bobo
Just,
comics. It's a coffee table. It's the size of my coffee table. It's just all those Bobo,
Just Bobo.
stories.
I've got, first edition prints of Bobo.
That's right.
That collect fine Bobo memorabilia. Just got back from BoboCon myself this weekend.
Oh, dude, I love Bobobelia at BoboCon.
It's an international market, but Bobo resale value is off the charts.
That's right, man.
That was great.
That was really good. Yeah. Like I was, again, I felt, did this come out in a theater? Like this felt like a theatrical caliber animated.
I think the runtime would prohibit that.
I guess so. Anything more than like one of those like, for one weekend or something, or special engagement.
Dragon Ball Z, I know, has like those one weekend releases or whatever, and like My Hero Academia, but I don't know if DC has, because it's a lot of like legalese and stuff, but I think runtime's an issue. They should.
They could cram this in like 100
between
times
shows.
a day. Yeah.
I mean, they should. These are well worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They definitely, there's a market for it, too. I know so many people that swear by these movies. And a lot of people, I think, get access to these stories through the DC animated films. Like, I know these do better than the comics as far as getting awareness for stories like this.
Really?
Well, yeah, because, you knew the Red Hood, before this, but I feel like a lot of people wouldn't have until the movie. Because a lot of people don't read the books, so, this would be an access point. And then they might go back and read the comics. That's why I always think, these are always great to exist.
I'm happy that they make them because, it does seem like, again, they seem to have a really good grip on them.
Mhm.
And there's so much, I think, beloved history, especially with DC when it comes to animated, moving animation.
Well, I think they've earned a certain amount of, goodwill where it's like, oh, any story they make is going to, this is the leveling up. Like, now people will go read the comic because it got animated, because of the goodwill of the animation universe.
Yeah. And it's like I appreciate that even if it's not the purest form, even if it is not the comic book, it is, very much. I mean, not to slight live action movies and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, it's like the halfway point. It's the moving animation. It's they can take liberties, but also I'm sure it's clearly inspired by iconic cells. And things like
Well, and I don't remember. Like I said, I haven't read the comics since. Wow. I think probably the year it came out. Like I think I read it as it was being released. So it's been 20. Oh God. Over more than 15 years. But like I don't remember Amazo being in it, and I thought that was really clever. To bring in a character that might not normally get a release. Now people know that character, and what a great way to bring Nightwing in and like to do all those things. So it was really smart and like using continuity and playing around with mythology and like incorporating those things.
Oh yeah, well, and I mean Amazo, would be the first time I am like knowingly seeing that character.
Right.
So for me, that's a bit of an introduction, and two, like I really appreciate the way that you get Nightwing in here to literally embody the alternate outcome to all of this.
Well, and in this one movie, this is an hour and 15 minutes, and they were able to do a decent job with Black Mask, Joker, Riddler, Amazo, Red Hood. Like the power of the animation stuff is if you use these archetypal characters and characters like we didn't see anything with Riddler really, but what a great little like side mission. And like Ra's al Ghul, like we know who he is, so it works for the storyline. I don't remember which continuity ended up being the one they landed on for Red Hood, but for some reason I'm remembering Red Hood as a character that got brought back through like an Earth 2 thing. Like there was some cataclysmic event that shifted that caused him to be able to come back from the dead. But like this was literally 20 years ago when I read it. So I don't remember, like I might be mixing up Hush and Red Hood. But like I'm trying to remember.
So it wasn't the Lazarus Pit.
I don't remember Rosh being involved.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. Like I said, it's been long enough that like I could, a drinking age has occurred. Like I think it's been about 20 years.
Because I was going to ask then, like how does this stack up to the comic book story? And does the comic book story, as you recall it, I mean, maybe not having Ra's al Ghul, but did it have as many? I feel like any Batman arc or story is going to have multiple villains showing up and multiple characters, of importance aside from the main focus and the main person being pursued or whatever. But this felt like really well populated in a way that, I don't know, like made me think of the couple other of the animated movies I've seen and the animated show, in that you feel like you have just this community of rogues and characters who are all kind of just around the corner or in Arkham Asylum doing their thing.
Yeah.
And so at least here, I would be curious to know, like who got added in or who was already there in the source material to begin with, because I liked the array of characters they used. And like you said, movies like these are fun and fascinating to me because it is a short runtime, and yet it doesn't feel rushed, and all the characters who show up feel like they got their, they were honored in the time that they were there on screen. Even, like you said, even the Riddler, who's only in one little side sequence, still feels like that presence, was punctuated.
And I do feel, I just looked it up, it was 2005. So it's been 18 years.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
That's
but
an adult. That's an adult child.
Someone born the year this came out can vote.
Yeah.
Don't love that. But to me, they incorporated those villains really well in the comic storyline. I don't remember it as clearly. I do remember there being like a greatest hits of villains. I always thought of Red Hood and Hush as very similar kind of storylines, and I think there's a reason they stand out. Like Hush to me is kind of like now that's what I call Batman Rogues, because he's like trying to solve all the villains to get to the thing. And then this is the other direction. This is kind of the inverse, where it's other villains need to be used to build up Red Hood.
Yeah.
So in Hush, he's kind of like chipping away and removing variables, whereas Red Hood, it's kind of like building up. It's showing the strength of the Red Hood by him being able to take them out.
Yeah.
So what I remember of the Red Hood was like he's so powerful that he's able to squash blankety 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 blank, and that shows the power of Red Hood. So while I don't remember the individual villains, I do remember there being like, this guy's awesome because he's taking everybody out. You know what I mean?
And he's clearly demonstrating that he knows through and through the things that Batman would have imparted on him over all those years of actually working together. So you get this badass who has that one step ahead kind of intellect and
special set of skills.
Yeah, and who can also then give Batman a good run for his money as well.
And this precedes Winter Soldier. Like I also like that this is a character that is kind of the Bucky to the Steve Rogers. Like this is the character that comes back from the dead, that is wronged, that shows the weakness in all of his thoughts and abilities, and kind of shows the folly in his heroic duty.
Yeah. Oh man,
you owe a lot to Winter Soldier owes a lot to Red Hood because even like in this came out in 2010. I think that Winter Soldier was 2015. That knife fight in this.
They were taking notes.
Like there was literally a moment where he stab, drop, grab, stab.
That friggin'
Might have seen that in a certain live action movie starring a character that's very similar. And again,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hadn't seen this until today, so I was watching this 2015. Like the choreography at moments, and I've always thought of Red Hood as kind of the sins of the father to the character.
Sure.
There's this really beautiful relationship between Batman and his Robins as Batman lost his family, so he builds the Bat family.
Mm-hmm.
Batman lost everything that was family to him except Alfred, so he and Alfred build out this family, and who he couldn't save was the character that I think is most like him. Because if you look at Batman origin stories, the year one stuff is always Batman trying to squash that vengeance. He is the vengeance, he's the knight, but he doesn't want to kill. Jason Todd even says would have gone on to do wrong. You know what I mean? He's the guy that would have been if Batman didn't solve his vengeance to a level where he can control himself, that's Jason Todd. So I always thought it was interesting they killed Jason Todd so he didn't get to become the evil Batman. So bringing him back, it's even more so I love the Batman Joker parallel because it's your one rule, I have no rules. Jason Todd is literally if Batman didn't have the moral code to develop the one rule, he becomes blank.
So he doesn't just become the Joker or something
like
that. Yeah,
he's his own thing, and that's why I think Batman is one of the best characters in the history of fiction. Is he is so multifaceted? He has more than one opposite.
Yeah, totally.
Two-Face is his opposite. Joker's his opposite. Red Hood is his opposite. He's so archetypal. He's so full of integrity and pathos, and I think, and I love, Spider-Man, Deadpool, and all those characters. I think the only truly Shakespearean fiction character in comicdom is Batman. Because he's able to have so much tragedy, and Shakespeare is so tragic. And I'm not saying that Spider-Man is not tragic. Please don't take that for a lessening. But when you look at Shakespeare, it's a tragic figure. And I think the reason Batman registers with so many people is that he is so much Shakespearean that you can retranslate him in so many different ways, like these great, powerful sonnets and plays.
Yeah,
and that includes his villains.
For sure, and I mean, I really enjoyed the way this made me think of two things. One, this made me think of I was watching a video essay recently on the importance of Robin and kind of asking why, especially the live action movies, seem very averse to Robin, and it brought up that idea that you're talking about, whereas Bruce Wayne learns to, cure an aspect of himself that would lead him down this very dark and toxic and violent road, and then is able to pass that on and create some sort of whole in bringing on, a Ward whom he sees, that potential for both, his type of heroics, but also for that, tragic turn. And I love the way that they incorporated all that here, but also the way that, you have this great, I love that it came down to this showdown between Red Hood and Joker and Batman, and this whole thing about you were watching him, traverse and climb the web and pyramid of Gotham's crime.
Yeah.
But then it all comes down to this really personal thing, and it all comes down to this overlapping set of plans. And you've got the more you've got the people on the back foot of that, Black Mask, who think they're in control and really aren't in control. But then you've got characters like Batman and the Joker and Red Hood, who are all kind of chess piecing around and who are all very smart. And I like the way that the writing brought both the physical, planning to the forefront of how brilliant, these machinations are, but also examined a fair amount of the themes about, killing and why Batman chooses the kind of morality he does. And I like that they allow, even though that they're not going to agree. Jason Todd makes good points about how ruling through fear or, can be problematic. And, even though his approach isn't right in trying to take and control all the crime, you're like, well, I get this approach, though. And especially given the experiences you've had and the loss that you experienced, I get why you would turn out this way. And so it's you have this thing that feels very fitting of, a story about this master detective and, the people surrounding him. But you also have, something that's I don't know, it felt very smart and clever to a degree that is, that you want. I feel like anytime you're watching superheroes and villains, you want to feel like there is some kind of master plan that does take a little bit of detecting, that does involve, intellect, and that you want to feel, a little bit smart for keeping up with.
Yeah, you want to feel clever.
Yeah, and I feel like they did that really well with all the characters here, and then also took it that extra mile with being, pretty emotional and, paying off the resonance of the relationships, and also through the voice acting. Like, I loved... I mean, I feel like obviously Kevin Conroy is like the gold standard. May he rest in peace. But I like Bruce. I liked being under the green wood with Bruce Greenwood as Batman. And I thought Jensen Ackles was terrific.
I kept picturing Jensen Ackles, which was fun. Like I like halfway through, and I was like, he's one of the only voice actors that could also be Jason Todd, Red Hood. Like I can't picture Bruce Greenwood as Bruce Wayne. No disrespect to Bruce Greenwood, but I don't see that. Whereas Jensen Ackles, I'm like, man, if they did a live action Red Hood, like I'd love to see him get to play. And his voice is like so dominant and interesting. And I definitely think the duality between even like Nightwing and Jason Todd is a fun thing you could play with. And I'd love to see them get into the movies. And this is going to be, people are going to get mad at me for saying this, so I'm not going to say it anyway. You brought up a few minutes ago them wanting Robins in the movies. I think the reason we haven't gotten to have a Robin in the last 10 years of movies is because they've made, except for Pattinson, but that's because he's a year 1 Batman, year 2 technically, but he's an early Batman. I think Ben Affleck's Batman was too close to Red Hood.
Okay.
So if you've got a character that is already willing to use guns, if you've got a character that's already willing to kill, if you've got then what's your separation between your failure as a parent?
Sure.
Like how do you separate? Like you need a paternal Batman in order to make a ward feel like he's being protected by family.
Yeah.
We didn't develop the Batman in the Batman vs Superman universe enough to make him paternal, enough to make him. We had the prick from Fashionable Mail from Mallrats as Batman, and he walked around with that arrogance. And I love you guys. I'm on record for saying how great Ben Affleck is as Batman, but the portrayal choice of making him. I'm doing this thing arrogantly as Bruce Wayne. The real Bruce Wayne is very broken. He's a shell of a man that lashes out. He doesn't want this alien to take everything that he's believed in. He doesn't want to. He's so protective, but it's in a way that he's a cornered animal. Like I see Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne as like someone who's lost so much he's cornered. That's not someone who could raise a child. That's not someone who could rear a Robin. So therefore, when Nightwing is killed, or when that Robin's killed, and you see that whole thing, I can't picture a storyline where Ben Affleck could raise that Robin in a way that he wouldn't just become Red Hood.
Yeah, and then it would be more toxic and uncomfortable to watch.
Right. So when Batman's like driving his
twisted.
Batmobile and shooting people, you like that guy can't then raise someone like the lessons taught in this animated movie couldn't be taught with that interpretation of Batman. And I'm not saying any Batman's right or wrong, but the ones we've seen lately are either too young or they have, some vendetta issues a la Red Hood.
Sure. And I mean, there is also the thing I think often gets touched upon, which is, in an animated or a comic format, it's easier to accept, like a big grown man and a kid running around. And I was thinking that too while I was watching this is I love a live-action superhero movie, and I love watching the game of how do we blend fantasy with naturalism and reality, and how do we make it feel real. But watching something like this is such a joy because you do have that quintessential middle ground to play with where, you have like such outlandish characters and a lot of fantasy. But at the same time, the way the world works blends the two perfectly. It's like you still get the grit and you still get the darker tones and themes, and they don't feel undercut by things like humor or outlandish-looking villains, or even again like someone like Amazo, who I'm like, who is this guy? He's got like a kooky name, and so like I feel like there's a beautiful blend to be appreciated that you can kind of. I'm not going to say you can only get in animation, but that is very quintessential to animation, and that is a facet of comics that I kind of miss. And like when I watched Sky High recently, not that this is in any way in that tonal wheelhouse, but that movie had a certain element of color pop and I don't know, vibrancy or something like that. There's like a sense of fun that feels very quintessentially comic book, but that feels like we are much too cool for now.
Yeah.
And it's like here, like I love too what NPH brought to. I thought he was a really good voice cast choice for Nightwing, but also I really like their humorous back and forth, because then you do feel like, yeah, Batman is like the paternal figure, but who's also just really focused a lot of the time. He's got the compassion, but a lot of the time he's just very much about the case. He's about, you know, the matter at hand. And then you've got Dick Grayson over here who's like, you couldn't help me out over here? Come on.
just once, just let's go to the car.
Yeah, and it's like you can have both exist at the same time in this media and have it, you know, feel very vital in all aspects. And I really love that, because it's movies like this, or you go back and watch like Mask of the Phantasm and things like that, and you're like, these can be so fun and imaginative, but also, you know, they can move and touch you just like a drama. You know, they can invest you that way too. And it's like the animation, I love
the density
animated
you
Gotham.
could do. Like the density of the story. Like I don't think you could make a live action hour movie that would work. Do you know what I mean? Like all the things you just described, plus the density of it. Like you know, because you immediately accept Black Mask's look, you don't have to write around it. You just go like, this is crazy.
Yeah. And then it allows you, you know, one big moment of supernatural. Here we're gonna do a Lazarus pit right now. You know, we're gonna resurrect somebody, you know, all bandaged up like a mummy.
Like suspension of disbelief is within 5 minutes, and as long as the voice acting is strong enough, you don't feel like it's cheapened. Like your suspension of disbelief only works if everything else is so true. And I feel like really good voice actors have the ability to bring you the humanity even without the eyes.
Yeah.
And like I've been on record, like I really struggle with animation, but I'm more and more trying to, you know, connect. And if it's this quality, like I'm fully invested. Like at no point was I like distracted. Like I was fully in for that whole journey, because the actors kept me in there, and the animators obviously. But I was so invested in these characters.
No, it's everything, because I think it was well written. Like again, not having as much of a reference for the adaptation quality of the writing. I thought it was just well written in proportion, because I've seen a couple of the animated movies, and I remember watching, what was it? We saw I think The Killing Joke in the theaters, and there were issues I had with like how that was you know, handled and proportioned and things like that. But yeah, this kind of had the sweet spot for me where I'm like, this is fun. It's very imaginative. It's got a lot of rogues in it, but also it has a lot of the quintessential Batman themes that are unpacked in a way that feels satisfying and that feels like you are getting at more than just, let's do a fun Batman adventure.
Yeah.
And then, you have an intriguing villain and also, you know, potential anti-hero. You know, you're sitting here watching this going, is there a chance to reclaim Red Hood? It's like, you have so much great animation to sell the punch of everything, and then so much great voice acting to sell the emotion of everything. And like I said, I loved hearing Jensen Ackles, and I'm very curious now to hear him go on to play Batman, because hearing him much earlier, it's like watching Supernatural. You know, I've heard his voice age over the years, so this is, you know, back, you know, almost 10 years ago. Yeah, so now I'm like, okay, this is definitely younger Jensen Ackles, definitely makes sense for Jason Todd, and then I know he'll play Bruce Wayne down the line, and I cannot wait to hear that. But even, you know, John DiMaggio I thought was a good Joker.
Yeah, and that's hard to, you know, have an animated Batman and not be Mark. Yeah, exactly. Like I wasn't listening for Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, and that's no easy feat.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, you know, I didn't catch who played Alfred, but Alfred was in the movie.
Solid work by Alfred. Enjoyed him when he was there. Get little moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time with it.
Yeah, likewise, man. This was a slam dunk for me.
I'm glad we're doing more of these, because that was really fun, and I like didn't know what to expect. I just know the bar is high, so whenever people talk about DC animation, I'm like, I assume spectacular. So like, you know, it kept up to a very high bar of entertainment. I very, very consciously didn't reread the comic, but now I'm excited to. Like, I'm glad I don't get to often go this way.
Yeah.
My brain is usually like, oh, reference, and instead now I'm going like, it's been long enough that I don't remember it well, which is nice, so I can watch these movies like fans and then go and read it after, which is what I think the average person does. Like, I think the average person gets to see a movie and then go like, oh, I wonder what that was like in the comic. So now I'm going to reread it and have a good time.
Well, and that's an approach I like. To borrow something I pulled off C. Robert Cargill once on a podcast. He was like, a lot of people try to read source material, then go watch the movie, which can create a narrowing experience, whereas he said he prefers watching the thing and then going back for the source material, so it's a more broadening experience, or at least a more, you know, multifaceted. Yeah, you're seeing what the other ideas could be in a way that engages your imagination rather than just seeing one version of it
Smart
afterwards.
guy. I like this guy.
Yeah, me
He
too.
made some good stuff. Check out Black Phone. But I do think that's what I'll be doing for this DC Animated is a lot of them are from comics from the early 2000s, mid 2000s, into the 2010s, but all of that is 15 years old or more. So while we do these DC Animated live watch-alongs, I definitely want to read them after. So don't expect the Coy Comic Corner approach of minutia breakdown because I want to experience these as you guys do.
And then eventually we'll list all the most
and
accurate.
And then I'll rank the most accurate after the fact.
adaptations.
2024 when we get through all 87 of these. Just yell at Greg so he keeps wanting to make them.
Well, guys, keep a lookout for that. You got any more thoughts before we close out?
I think that's it. Just let us know what you thought of this. Leave a comment if you like us doing these DC Animated. If you want to see us watch more of these, because there's a bunch we haven't seen.
Oh yeah.
Let us know in the comments which ones your favorite are, why you want us to watch those, what you thought of our watch of this one was. Do you think this is a worthy adaptation? What did you think of Jensen? What did you think of Bruce? What did you think of Joe DiMaggio? Is that his name, Joe DiMaggio? Is that a baseball player?
John DiMaggio.
Joe
DiMaggio.
He was a baseball player, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, it sounds like a baseball player.
Comment below
let me
if Joe
know if
DiMaggio was a baseball player.
Like, this sounds immediately right and wrong. And please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and send this to your friends because this needs to get some views so we can keep doing them. That's how YouTube works. All right, you lovelies. That is going to do it. You good citizens of Reject Nation, we appreciate you, and have a happy holiday. We'll see you soon.